Hey everybody, welcome to Stumpt. This is Ash. I'm joined by Rick, Price, and Jasmine.
Hello!
We're back with a new session of Scrap Mechanic.
Yeah.
And right at the very start of this thing, you'll notice something different in our upper left-hand corner there.
You
got some coordinates.
Remember, you gotta move that in the editing, Ash.
I do, yeah. But I did want to just point that out right at the very start so that I could thank the Scrap Mechanic Reddit community, specifically Epic Raptor, and then I believe it was something Panda.
Panda.
Fastidious Panda are specifically the people that came up with this. It's just a couple of modifications you have to do to a Lua file, a couple of Lua files. And now we've got, besides the clock, which the clock has always been covered up by our nameplates because the clock has never been that useful. But the coordinates is super useful. And the directions, the north, east, west, and south. Yeah. And I'll say that it's actually what I envisioned to be south and north and east and west before we had this properly is what it is. So, yeah.
Good job.
I feel like you're a smarty pants.
Oh, yeah, it actually tells you which way you're facing. I see that now.
Yeah.
Okay.
South is basically back towards where our ship was.
Yep.
And north is this direct. Yeah, that's kind of how I pictured it as well.
To our viewers that are interested in that, I will, on the description of this video, leave the Reddit link down below if you're curious about doing this. And then I'll also mention that the developers have officially stated that they're going to add beacons to the game. It's not in yet. They didn't give any kind of ETA, but they said they received an overwhelming amount of requests for something like that. So
I've been doing the cheesy beacon thing, which is you die with just like a carrot in your inventory, and then your little bag shows up on the map, and then you say, okay, that's where the base is at.
They said that in a Twitter thread about their beacons, they said that they are going to essentially make beacons work similarly. You put a device on the ground, and it shows up like your death icon from a distance, but you can customize what the icon's going to be.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Anyway.
Okay, so I've been playing this in my spare time. A few things that I would recommend us doing here, really easy at the beginning. Put a chest on the craft bot. And then when things are crafted, it'll just automatically go into the chest.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Yes.
That does work. However, we can't link multiple chests together like that, right?
You can. I've done it. I've done it.
Really? So it will pull, the craft bot will pull from multiple chests simultaneously?
Wait, pulling from? I don't know about pulling from. I'm talking about putting, yes. Because I've had the output of the chest go into multiple chests.
Oh, so, okay, the output. Yeah, so that is something that we can do. I know that if you put a chest on the input, you don't have to have everything on your person to craft. You can.
That's also good.
It will pull from an inventory. However, I don't think you can link multiple chests, so in my opinion, that has not been something I've ever cared about.
The output's nice, though. If you are crafting things and you're like, oh, shoot, I'm not there to grab it, it'll just automatically go into the chest. That way, if anybody else wants to use the craft bot, they can. So I think I might do that here at the start. Just move one of these chests over there.
Go for it, Rick, because I think at the very end of the last session, Price and Jazzy, you guys were amazing getting a whole bunch of metal and stone.
Yes.
So I think we're at least pretty good on metal for a little bit.
I kind of took all the metal.
Yeah, I just checked. I was like, we are not good on metal because we have none.
I kind of took it because I'm trying to build a new vehicle, and I've noticed online that people build everything out of metal because it keeps the weight down, or maybe it keeps the weight high, so it keeps the vehicle down. I can take this apart, though, and replace the core with
we just go out and get more metal. That's okay.
Yeah. It depends on what we need, because the very first project that I'm going to work on, and Jasmine, you've already sort of started here, is we've been watching a lot of auto watering things, a lot of different auto watering setups, and so there is a 2-piston setup that is done by a YouTuber named John Bain. He spells John with a 0, who has a lot of great builds and stuff, and but he has this 2-piston watering setup that seems pretty simple, and it can be done with mostly vanilla, like level 0 parts. You don't have to upgrade much except for the controller. So that's what I'm going to work on.
Yeah. So I'm also getting this all set up for.
I was playing around with the tubes. You know, the what are they called? Are
Pipes?
they the pipes? Yes. There's a, what's the word that they call it? Vacuum pipes. That's it. The vacuum pipes.
Tubes.
The tubes. And what I didn't realize until I started playing around with them is that when you hit Q, it changes the size of them.
Oh, interesting.
So that it changes the length of them. So
Well, okay, the length, yeah.
I didn't realize that. I thought that, like, I was like, why am I getting some that are short and some that are long? Oh, you can extend them. Okay.
Yes. Very necessary.
All right.
The other thing that we learned is that this, what is this block called, Jasmine, that holds all of these water containers?
Just a tank? The water tank?
This water tank.
It's wireless.
So it's wireless to the water cannon. So the water cannon and the water tank does not have to physically have a pipe between them. It can just use you can just use the connector tool to send water to the water cannon. And I'm curious how long. Yeah, I'm curious how long that connection can go for, because obviously we want to be pulling water from the lake, and I doubt it can go that far. But I'm curious how far it can go.
Because I am a little disappointed with the distances that certain things can connect, like with the controllers especially. Like the distance that you can connect a bearing to the controller is really, really short.
Yeah.
All right.
You got to get creative. It's weird. It's got to be all close together.
Super close.
1, 2.
Super close.
All right, I'm gonna.
Okay, cool.
9. All right, got the water cannon. Okay, where's the piston?
So
Yeah, I need to play with pistons more. I didn't realize how useful they really are. Pistons, super useful. I think we have a piston in this chest as well.
We have
Ash, right
one.
Here.
I know. I picked up one. I just need to make one more. I've seen just what I need for it. I think I'm gonna need to get some more glue because I think we're out of glue. But
Yeah,
other than
I was
that,
just
I think
looking
we
for that
have
as well.
Most of everything else.
I have 1 glue on me. Here, Ash.
All right, I'm gonna need at least 9, I think.
Oh, actually, here's 10. Why do I have 10? I don't know why I have 10. It's on the floor behind you, Ash.
Actually, I'll need 11.
Well, there's a lot behind you.
I'm gonna go and grab some glue crafting ingredients.
Cool.
Because I too need some glue.
Okay. And then I need at least a bit of this metal level 1, which looks like we have some here. Is this metal level 1 or level 2?
I have some I can give you as well. That's level 2 probably. Where did I put the thing? Okay. Here, Ash. I'll put the rest of the metal in here. I used a lot. My apologies, but I am planning on basically just going out and getting more.
Are you taking apart the...
I took apart the mining machine.
Okay.
Because we were having so much trouble, and I figured if we make it out of metal, it should keep its weight down a little bit better, and I'm making it a little more even in terms of like the balance. At least that's what I'm trying to do.
All right, well, brick also helps bring down the metal, the weight.
Yeah. It seemed like everything I was seeing online, everybody made everything out of metal, and it seemed to not like bounce around as much as we were having trouble with before.
Stone's pretty heavy too if you look at the weight, and we have a lot of stone. So if you run low, or if you want to like split it 50-50 with metal stone.
And I could definitely do that.
Well, we need to collect more trees and stuff, so...
Yes.
Jazz, you made some glass, right? Oh yeah, here it is. Perfect.
All right, we're going all-wheel drive.
It's crazy how quickly we went through all those resources. Felt like we had a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of grind in this game. I will be happy when there's more ways of automating things. I don't know if that's even a thing that they're going to add to this, but more automation for collecting things like oil and glue and stuff would be super nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, agreed.
All right, well, I guess I'm going to go pick up some trees.
Yeah, and speaking of which, it seems like all the...
Also, robots are going to attack in 3 minutes, so just be aware, guys.
All right,
okay.
Get ready to
I'll
bust
finish
out the
fetching my
hammer.
stuff and run
All right,
over.
Jasmine, I have everything that's needed for the gardening auto watering build. It's just waiting to finish crafting now.
Okay.
It'll be done in like 2 minutes.
So, it's 12 by 12, right?
No, it is.
I'm trying to remember how big it was.
It is 5 plots by 6 plots of soil.
Okay, so I have a lot
And
of soil
you need to
here.
not, yeah, you need to like really shove the soil as close together as they can be. Because before we've been leaving like a 1 square gap between them, and we need to not on this build. Oh, are you building a floor for it? You can't. The soil has to go on the ground.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which kind of stinks. I thought that like you could build like a terraced growing area. You can't.
Lame.
You technically you can on just a natural hill, but yeah, not on something you create yourself.
Okay, I put
Alright,
some more of the
there
level
goes
2. in
Wood
there.
back.
So as far as the build goes, like as far as the spacing of the plots, Ash, I mean, the tutorial might call for it being certain distances, but
4.
doesn't the distance just isn't it determined
5?
by the sensor that you build?
It's
So
it
like
is,
if
but
you were to
5
put a, oh, go ahead.
5 by 6. I believe the 6th length of the soil, which is like the soil bags are wider than they are, or they are taller than they are wide. That 6th length is as long as a piston can go. So that is.
I see.
And I imagine it could go more than 5 wide. It's just like 5 wide is what he was showing off.
Right, because you could stack a piston on a piston and then make it twice as long.
Robot's going to be here in 1
Are
minute.
they here? Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Be
here.
Right there.
I'm here. Like I saw one where a guy just had 2 pistons to make it extend longer, but then you
Oh, no, I
have to
guess
start.
The soil, when it is exactly next to each other, it is a perfect square. So I bet 6 by 6 is the max.
Well,
Yeah, you could do 2 pistons, one on the other. Then it starts to sag a little bit. Then you have to put wheels on a guide rail and stuff.
this is
but-
all we have in terms of soil, so
can
we're
make it
1 off.
longer.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
No, we've got soil in here.
I'm here-
I've got a soil.
Do you have
We
a
just need
soil?
one.
Yep, right here.
I'm hearing robots. Where are they?
Well, we got... I think some of the robots you're hearing is probably the craft bot.
Probably craftbot. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be
But
here
they
in about a
should
minute.
be here soon. Anyways,
1 minute exactly.
put this here. I wish these actually provided light.
Same.
Yeah,
I know
there
we have,
are
like, glow
spotlights that do,
sticks.
but yeah, it's kind of lame. It's kind of lame that these don't. Yeah,
Oh, speaking of the lights, our glow stick is gone.
it goes away
Oh.
if you shut down the server.
Log out?
I've seen people talk about that. Yeah.
Someone put a glow stick like right over here.
How do we do glow sticks?
You can
That's one
actually
way.
get that little
Little
fishy
slug?
dude.
Little
Slow
slug friend?
boy, yeah.
Yeah, if you feed him
You feed them cardboard.
All right, I think
Yeah.
I see some robots in the distance. Yep, definitely.
Which direction?
South.
South?
Okay,
I'm
that way.
gonna take west over here. Actually,
I'm
I'll-
over here east.
okay. Price is west. I'll take north.
Okay.
All right. Jazz, do you have the wood on you?
I do.
Let's see here. There might be some in our chest over here.
No, there's
I'm
not.
hungry.
There's not. Here, Ash. Wood.
Please help. Wait. Oh, here they come.
Yep.
From
Yep.
the north.
Wait, they're coming from all directions though. They're coming from from west too. Price.
Please help.
Okay.
Ow.
Oh, wait. How do you sneak in?
Yeah, they're kind of coming from everywhere. Looks like we
Luckily,
got them.
there's no crops for them to destroy yet. So
Yeah, and it looks like we got them.
not. Yep.
Well, they
How
don't
long
just
did
destroy
you-
crops. They destroy everything.
So right, but they're going for crops. I mean, they'll
Yeah.
destroy things in order to get to the crops. So there is a calculator, by the way, to find out how big the sieges will be, and it's determined by how many crops you are growing.
okay.
And somebody on Reddit actually made a thing
Ash.
where you can type in what you're growing, and it'll tell you exactly what to expect when they attack.
Exactly how
Interesting.
many and what type of robots, basically.
Exactly. Yes.
That's cool.
Yes.
Sweet. All right, I'm gonna grab some water while you're doing that, Ash.
I wonder if I could make... Could I make some lights to put on the front of my car? Like some
We have one in the chest. I saw.
can make a horn. There we go. Headlights. Okay. You can. Okay.
And we've heard, I've heard the other comments and other people saying that like it is technically smarter to defend your crops by shoving it right up against a lake or something, so that robots can only come from so many sides.
Like one side. Yeah. Yeah.
We might move it once we are producing more crops, but for right now, this is more like a proof of concept that this.
Yeah, and we kind of it's kind of like just like survivability stuff. But no, I saw the same thing for sure.
Well, and from an aesthetic point of view, when you build over there by the water, it's on a slope. There's grass growing, which obfuscates the actual crops themselves. Having it on this area where it's flat and it's open and there's no grass growing, I just think it's easier to see your actual crops, see what you're doing as far as planting goes. I really wish that there was a way to clear out the grass or clear out the land in order to flatten it out, you know?
For sure.
See, we had one other piston, right? Yeah, we do.
Cool. All right.
Perfect.
Sucker seems to be working. Now I just got to find some rocks.
Glue clam. It's gross that our glue comes from clams.
I mean, the alternative of horse and cow hooves is worse.
It's all gross.
It's gross
like,
all around.
Couldn't it come from the honey? Couldn't it?
Couldn't it?
It's pretty sticky.
It's a sticky situation.
I would like to make another drill, and then we can have multiple drill cars.
I think that'd be
but
great.
I need 30 of the basic metal. We have actually 30 of the we need 30 basic metal, and then what is this? The metal block 2. Okay.
Rick, I have some of that metal on me. Let me put it back into the resource chest.
Okay.
Let's see here. So level 2 metal, there's that, and then 25 basic metal. There you go.
Oh, nice. So now all I need is 5 of the basic metal. All right. Are you harvesting metal by any chance right now, Bryce?
I'm trying to find some.
Okay.
I'm gonna probably have to come back though, because I need some milk.
I can
or
go
something.
harvest some basic metal and convert it to block 1.
Oh crap!
the
There's a
time.
hole. Ooh, that was close. There's a hole in the road. Almost ran right into
Oh
that.
yeah. That's always fun.
I'd really like it if this spotlight or this headlight did more than basically nothing.
Does it just kind of glow like the other lights?
Pretty much.
Oh,
Okay,
lame.
here's some metal I can harvest.
Oh, something else that is kind of good to do. Make yourself a bed carried on you. And then when you're out doing things, you can mark your respawn point. So like if you're out and you feel like you're far away from base and you don't want to have to trek all the way back out, put it down, sleep in it.
All right. Need to make a quick modification. Not so quick.
Let's make that.
Whoa. Oh my gosh, the rubber banding, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, some choppiness there.
Yeah.
Does that look right? It does, okay.
Let's see. Oh wait. Okay. Wrong thing. Those are chemicals.
Hey, get back here.
There's just a robot walking around in our backyard. Hey, you.
Hey, you. Gaddy.
I was beating up this walk. It fell over. I was beating it up, but then it rubber banded like 10 feet away from me and started running. Get on the ground. What is going? What? No. Like 1 second it's on the ground. The next second it's 10 feet away from me running. I'm like,
That's hilarious.
stay on the ground. You
oh
will
my
submit.
Gosh.
Damn it.
What happened
happened,
there?
Ash?
Oh my gosh.
I accidentally hit right click instead of left click and I destroyed a thing.
No,
It's fine.
don't do it. All right.
It's fine.
You know what? I might get some more resources. We're like out of gas.
Yeah, we're very low on gas.
I grabbed some oil to when I was
Yeah.
getting glue that I can start crafting. It won't be a ton, but
Oh, look at you,
Okay.
Ash.
it's
Round
impossible to kill the cows because they rubber band around so much. Like, you can't do it. They fall on the ground for 2 seconds and then they just like snap 10 feet away from you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dehydrated.
So the only way to get meat basically is to find it. Come on, die. You son of a bitch.
Look at you, Ash. You're getting there.
That was weird. Like when I set up that sensor, the piston just decided to trigger. I don't understand why, but it seems fine now. So.
All right. Can I borrow someone's car and just drive over to?
Yeah, you can take mine. I'm totally cool with that.
Or mine. I just filled mine up, so it's got some gas.
Oh, there's a wandering robot. I kill him real fast.
Oh my gosh, dude. Mine in this, like, until we can get a big enough one of these that has like multiple drills on it so you can cover a large surface area, it's just such a pain trying to get into a position where you'll actually drill something more than just like bounce off of it. Like you hit it and you boom, you're gone.
Well, drilling's put a one of the shocks on the drill. That helps a lot. It absorbs the force. Also, you need to like break up the rocks into small pieces, and then you still need to hammer them until they break, which is just super inefficient. I really wish that you could just drill and that it would automatically collect into the car, and you don't have to get up and put the stuff into it.
Well, it will automatically go in the car if you have one of the storage things.
No, I mean, if it's small enough. If you break it up small enough.
You have to break it up into the smaller size, yes.
But it's so inefficient to like break it up into those smaller sizes. It's more efficient to get out, break it up manually once the rocks become small enough, and then manually load them up. Otherwise, you're going to waste so much gas just trying to break it down into small enough chunks.
Oh my god. Come on. Just friggin' go! Oh my gosh, dude. There we go.
Swimming. I get some glue stuff too, as well as stuff for refining oil.
Yeah, we need way more oil. Oh man, I had to like turn the engine down so it wouldn't go so fast that it would like launch me off of the rock, but now it's like not powerful enough to climb a small hill.
Yeah, once you load it up, you gotta crank that power back up.
I just know that what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna full on run out of gas. Oh my god, yeah, this is a pain in the ass. All right.
Yeah, one of the things I'm going to work on after this garden build is I'm going to work on making a gasless car.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I've seen like cars with pistons and stuff. What I worry about on the multiplayer server is it glitching out.
So the piston ones, I've seen that too, Rick, and those, I worry about that too in multiplayer. However, the new hotness that I've seen is
the new hotness.
Bearing powered.
Bearing powered? What does that mean?
That means just using a series of bearings is enough to accelerate a car.
What?
Yep.
That can't be real.
Well, what powers the initial bearing?
I think
nothing, because you don't just a controller. Because to use a bearing, like in any other build that you would use a bearing for, you can make it turn without an engine. You can use those bearings to steer your steering wheels without power.
Yeah, you just have it go like 360 degrees continuously with the controller.
And it works. Apparently, the controller. I don't even say apparently. I've tested this in creative. With the controller, it recognizes what W and S means, meaning that it will reverse as well the 360 if you press S.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And I think that would be a lot less lag in multiplayer than piston based, because the piston is like literal pistons.
It is. The bearings probably don't apply as much force, like to the world. So probably, I imagine calculating wise, it's just less.
I wish that there was solar power. If you could do solar power, then you could have batteries and just charge it on the go. That would be
there are
excellent.
electric engines. How do the electric engines work?
Electric engines work on batteries.
Oh, how do we charge the batteries?
That I'm not sure about. I haven't really played around with it too much. But the electric engines, I remember from when we were playing in the
original build,
the sandbox. Like they have way more torque than the.
I think they're better for things
engines.
like drills and saws, and then the gas engines are better for lugging your thing around.
We just need to figure out how to create the batteries in the first place. Which
exactly,
we can Google that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah, I'm kind of doing what you said, Rick. I'm like, I got out of the car and now I'm just breaking up all the rocks manually.
Yeah, just grab them and then you can throw the pieces into the resource gatherer from pretty far away if you just look at it.
I'm hucking them with my hammer. It's working pretty well. Okay, I need to let's turn that engine back up. Oof. Also, so this is something that is pretty neat. Apparently, engines are more efficient the more they're upgraded. So they'll use less gas to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
I mean, that just makes sense.
Why is this no longer moving? What's going on? There we go. Come on.
We're gonna have glue for days. Just down here gathering glue and
Noise.
oil.
All right, I
Yeah,
got a
that's what
few
we need.
more milks. I'm gonna throw them into the cook bot. Cook a couple. There was a burger cooked in there. I took it, but I'm gonna cook a couple more.
Nice.
Oh, I found a little slug dude.
There we go.
I feel like they need to update the cook bot. Every other bot has the ability of linking chests to it, except for cookbot, which doesn't make any sense. Especially considering that there's only one slot for actually cooking in cookbot, so you can only cook one thing at a time.
Yeah, the cookbot. We're probably just gonna need to make a bunch of cookbots, I guess.
Right here.
All right.
I hate that whenever you're carrying anything, it just slows you down.
Yep.
Oh, God.
It's just like Rick said, there's a lot of grinding, and I will say, you know, I know a lot of people now. They've been playing this for a while, and they know lots of ways to do stuff, as you guys have mentioned. And you know, be patient. Be patient with our bumbling.
No, you have to know everything from the start, Price. You have to have day one knowledge of the full game.
I should. You're right. It's my job.